Hello, YouTube world. What's going on? It's Thursday. How is it September? Time is flying for me. I don't know about for y'all, but and it's not just, getting old or being more mature. It just seems like from the time when I was growing up to nowadays, there's so many more things that claim our attention, like social media. Um, I don't know. You have to allow more time to drive down the highways. There's just so many more things that one must do, that one must take kids to, that you join, that you allow time for on the highways, freeways, driving, shopping. I don't know. It's just so much busier than when I was young. So it's yeah. It's already September. So I'm Lucinda. Nice to meet you. Welcome in. Thursdays is my new day where I combine household and vintage. Often I will choose a Thursday where I do clearance or I'll buy it now, even though it's a mixture of jewelry and household. Fridays is only vintage costume jewelry and really nice contemporary pieces, some of or semi-precious stones, I should say, some of which are vintage, some of which are new, but are just fabulous, and I had to pick them up. So that's Fridays, but today is a mix. And Kathy, hey you, I haven't seen you in a while. I hope you're doing well. And as always, what are you working on, Kathy? You're always doing some project or another. I hope you're well. I hope you had a nice, stress-free Labor Day weekend. I did not, but what are you going to do? So what else? I'm going to do a pretty fast-paced sale today. For me, Fridays are slower, and I describe things in great detail. Thursdays, I go a little faster. And today I'll be going even a little more faster. I do, fair warning, have my partner up here, and remodeling is just starting to happen on the bathroom. So there may be people in a little while walking back and forth right here, carrying stuff in. We'll do the best we can with that. If it really becomes too disruptive, I'll end the sale, but it should be okay. Lori, hello, welcome in. So I have both my dog and my cat over here in the corner, of course. Sorry for their noise. I live in Northern California. That is where I ship from. I bill through PayPal. I ship using Pirate Ship to save you about a third on shipping. And this is week 2 of my 2-week build a box. That's what I always do, is I do sales for 2 weeks and then send out an invoice within about 5 days, sometimes 3 to 4 days after that 2 weeks. And as soon as the majority of people have paid, I take it down to the post office. If you ever bid on something and you want it right away, send me an email. It's right there. And tell me, I don't want to wait 2 weeks. I want this right now. It's a gift, or I want to wear it somewhere, or whatever. I'm not coming back. And I will make that happen as soon as you pay. I think that's all I need to say. If I forgot something, let me know. I know one thing. If I don't know you and you bid on an item and you win the item, if it's a buy it now or starting bid and there's an auction, and I don't know you, I need your information by tonight at 6 o'clock in an email with your YouTube name, your real name and address with zip code, please and thank you, and your PayPal email address in a separate line so that it's easy for me to copy and paste into my list. And so there's no confusion in billing. And that's it. No, it's not. One last housekeeping and then I'll get rolling. I always put out a preview, and I put out last night a preview, but YouTube, I wasn't paying attention. They automatically made it into a short. So an hour ago, I fixed it into the complete 4 minutes. It's a post. Why is it important that you look at the preview? Because I put things aside and I curate for each sale. And then when I start putting things over in my tray, I'm like, wait a minute, I want some more bracelets. Wait, I want to bring this ring. Wait, I want. And so I may not get to every single item. So if you watch the preview and you see something you really want, you can drop it in the chat. And that way I'll make sure to bring it so that you have a possibility to buy it. Okay? Don't have to watch it, but I advise it. Anyone coming in late, you can change your settings to ×2 and go through real fast and drop in the chat anything that didn't sell. I think that covers everything. Oh, Lori, I hope your Labor Day weekend was good. And Kathy, you are still working on all your journaling and crafting paper? Honey, I feel like we've been doing this for a month. And I feel you. I'm going to get started, but just the last 24 hours, I've been in my office 3 times and looking in there and looking at boxes here and boxes under here and boxes over there and thinking, oh my God, I've let this get totally out of hand. I've got to buy shelving space and rearrange the furniture and put stuff away. I was like floored by how much stock I have. So let's see if I can move some of this today. Okay. Anything I didn't get to, any questions, anything you want to say, any input you ever want to say about an item that you may know more about than me, please and thank you to drop it in the chat and say, hey, I think blah, 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 or I've seen that before, or no, that's not that. I think it's this, whatever. Okay. Thank you. So this is going to start at 11. It is a buy it now. Kathy, bless your heart. This is a buy it now. It is a household item. I picked him up a couple weeks ago. I think I've shown him once, maybe twice. I live in a county in Northern California. Got to move my ring light. Where I'm surrounded by redwood trees. There's huge logging operations. I have state parks all around me. I have redwood trees all over my property. I am very blessed. This is a piece of redwood. It's just a little tiny stick on it. It says, signed by the artist, Carefree. And I think it just says Carefree Acrylis, not acrylic. And it is so well done. Hey, 710, what's happening? Glad to see you. This, you can feel the raised paint. I want you to see, he's whistling. There's little musical notes here. He's got a feather in his hat. He's got, of course, the traditional, kerchief, red kerchief on a stick. He's got like a green tie. Look at how well done the jacket is. What is that in the back? It's like another kerchief. Look at the jeans and the boots. I think those are like insulated jeans. And then he's walking on grass and he's just walking along singing a song. Buy it now, hobo. He is about a little over 8 inches tall and like 2 inches wide. I mean, it's some local artist and it's just done so well. Living in Mendocino County, we have a big artist community up here. So this was a buy it now for 11. And it is this person is an artist. I need to look up this and see if I come up with anything else that they've done. Okay, there you go. Moving on. Thank you for looking. That was a buy it now. And I don't do recaps. So if you're interested in anything, you gotta tell me. Drop it in the chat. Go back and do a fast forward and see what's happening. Okay, so this is $9. Buy it now. This is a kitsch item. This is something I had in my bathroom that's being remodeled when it's just been me living up here prior to going back down to the city and being a caregiver for both my parents for 4 years. And now I'm back up here and things are changing. And so while I love it, I don't think it's really super appreciated by the other person. And I have so much that I thought, what the heck? Oh my God. You all remember this in the 60s through to the 70s, these little paintings. Look at this puppy in the flowers, huge paws, incredible blue eyes, with his little green squirrel buddy with an acorn on a mushroom, a light green mushroom. Oh my God. And it's indented. This is, a piece of paper put over the blue frame. It has this hanger, and the hanger has like scroll work. It's very well done. I'm hoping you can see that because I can't see what I'm showing you. And it also has, just in case for some reason you didn't like the hanger or you wanted the double security, a place to put it on a nail and then bring it up. So you could do both. If you love kitsch like I do, if you've got a toddler or a little kid in your life or a kid coming, this is great. It's about 5 by 5. It's very light. It's just that, like balsam wood. Last time I'm going to show you. Look at it. Oh my Lord. If you've got any children, little children. Okay. So that was a couple of households. Now, got this coconut milk and tea, and it's got little pieces of coconut milk. It makes me a little nervous. Anyone out there ever had food poisoning? I had it once. I think my daughter was 4.5 months old. I was still breastfeeding. I got food poisoning. Woo! I was in the hospital for like 15 hours. It was one of my worst experiences ever. So we won't get into any more details than that, but so let's do some jewelry. And like I said, if anyone comes in and you've seen the preview and there's an item you're interested in, or you read the description and you saw a couple items I put in and you're interested in that, drop it in the chat at any time. At any time. Okay, let's start out with this cute little bug thing. It's not a bug, but it's cute like a bug. Why am I saying that? I don't know. That's just how I feel about it. I think it's unusual. Starting bid 14. And holler at me if, I'm going too fast or you have a question or you can't see it clearly, please. This is mid-60s, and I'll tell you why I'm saying that in a minute. It is polished brass, really burnished. I think it was an individual artisan piece. This is stamp work. The metal is stamp work. It does have, let me stare at this for a second. Boy, they make this one really hard to tell. hold on. I always want to be really honest with you all. Okay. It does have teeny tiny little clear chips that sparkle. I cannot tell if they're glass or plastic. I simply can't tell. The hat is tipped up. I love this. I mean, so this is supposed to be like a feather. Here's the back. The pin back of the brooch just comes through. So that's why I said mid 60s. Also, you can tell this is brass with perhaps a little bit of copper in it, although brass does the same thing. And it could be older than I'm saying, although I think the pin would come out more because it has that green patina coming through. But it's a brass, not a copper. I'm pretty sure about that. It's very unusual. I know it's an artisan piece. And so you would just put hat. It's really cute. Let's put it over here. You know what I would do with this? I would actually put it on a hat. I would actually put it on a hat. And it is with the feather, about 2 inches. Without the feather, I would say 1.5 inches long by 1.5 inches wide. And it's just so unique. And I'd put this on my cowboy hat to go to the rodeo, which is coming up in 2 weeks. And I'm so excited. Starting bid 14. Okay, it's going down. I'm trying to move fast, and I don't do well with fast, and I am going into a fibro flare. Northern California is supposed to get some rain, and I'm not in that rain, thunder, and lightning area, but the wind is whipping, and all of a sudden my whole body just had that feeling, and I was like, oh no, weather change incoming, alert, alert. Okay. This is a starting bid of 14. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for looking. I appreciate it. I keep my thing. I want to put like a sticker over counting how many people are in here because it changes so rapidly all the time. And then I'm like, is anyone even here? Does anyone even care? What should I do? It's very distracting to me. So this is a starting bid of 14. It is at 1960s. Very different from the usual floral brooches, but see how it does not have the swedge, the V-shaped back? That makes it into the 60s. It's just barely poking through. This is the back. I love this because it's black and white. That's one of the reasons. It's also different. Fall is coming up. Oh, it looks like there's writing down in there, but boy, I couldn't read it. And here's the front. So what I think is so groovy about this is they've got like the whole raised middle with a flower design. There is that tiny bit of enamel missing. And then this is 3D, the white. And this is a separate metal cutout with black enameled. So it has a lot of dimension. So just a very unusual one. So see right there, it does have that one piece missing of the enamel. But other than that, and I forgive it because this is 60 years old now. It is a very good size. Does anyone here go to black and white balls? Anything like that? I used to do stuff like that. Here's how big it would be if it was on. So it's a decent size. And I'll give you a quick measurement. It is, about 2 inches in dimension. And I don't do recaps. But and these flower petals bend back. And then this is raised up. Yeah, I just really, and because it's black and white, it will go with anything. And it's just an unusual one. It's not, there's so many of the ones with the stems and then all that, this is different. And this black and white in this very 60s. I'm just now remembering I'm a child of the 60s. This is such black and white. This is very 60s. Yeah. Okay. Thank you for looking. And again, people are bopping in and out and in and out. I don't know what's happening. I know there's other resellers that are my friends on it this time, but I have to work with what works for me as well. So I apologize to my friends that I'm in competition with. Troy, if you happen to still be here, did you do anything for Labor Day weekend? Or did you just stay home and chill out? I am going to do some necklaces. I'm going to do quite a bunch in a row. I hope other people come back in because that's where we're at right now is necklaces. And because I have them stacked on my two helpers, this is Betty. Say hi, Betty. She's a very good helper. She's been with me for a long time. I have a ton of different necklaces, all different styles on here. So we're just going to get into the necklaces one at a time. Then I'll move to something else. And I have a whole nother, God, I named her M. I have a whole nother helper, Marlena, stacked with necklaces. So the first piece, and I took them off just in a heap, and so now they're slightly tangled. I guess I should have done a better job with that. The first piece is going to be a starting bid of $17. And I really enjoy it when people chat with me because I get bored talking to myself. Oh yeah, and back here, this kimono is available. It is from it's very early, and it's different color inside and outside. That has some protein stains, but I soaked it and I got rid of the majority. It needs a little bit of fixing, but if anyone's interested, let me know and I'll send you a video. Okay, this is a Trifari. No, I said that in my preview. This is Monet. This is like 1990s Monet. And unfortunately, because it's a smoky amber and gray, Betty is not showing it as well as Marlena would have. So let's take this off and I'll show you separately. It's really, I love this piece, even though it's a later Monet. There's the M for Monet, 90s hang tag, maybe late 80s. It is a hook closure. It also says Monet here with a little crystal rhinestone. Doesn't it just say Monet? Hold on, let's just make sure. Monet and yeah, it just says Monet twice around the circle. So they really want to make sure that you know it's a Monet. And then it's this beautiful, this is a like 1-inch extender for the hook closure. It's got these little gold round ball beads going down on this very delicate chain. And then it's got this beautiful, that is not the right color showing up. This, there you go. Beautiful, smoky amber with a hint of like gray that reflects all different colors in the sun. It's done in like the style of the Australian crystal pieces. And you've got 1, 2, 3 of those with the little gold balls. It's gold tone. It's not gold. And then at the bottom, let's get it right over here. You have this beautiful, and these are glass, multifaceted cut pendant drop with little tiny clear rhinestones on the pendant drop. It is really, it's Monet. It's later 90s, so it's not as vintage, but it's really nice quality. And I'm trying to make, there you go. That's the color. That's the color. And it's a little bit of a shorty. Look at that. That picks up all the different colors around you while remaining mostly amber. And it is a shorty. So it's not a choker, nor is it a plunger. It doesn't plunge down into everything. Hold on. Which I like. So it's just right to here with the full extender. I'll take this necklace off in a minute after this so I can show you better. So it is about an 18-inch drop. It's really dainty. It's really appropriate for teenage on up age. 90, so this is 30 years old, and it is glass. And Monet is such good quality that it really does look like gold, and people will think that it's some kind of real stone, but it is glass, and it's gorgeous, and it's very lightweight. 1990s Monet. Amber in color. Okie dokie. Thank you for looking. Gonna just redo it. I like to usually I stop and take a moment to put everything back in bags, but I'm going to, there's a lot that's going to be changing and put away and decisions made. So today, look at that. I'll put it in a bag. I don't really want it floating around to, I keep everything put away really nicely so it doesn't break. Okay, let's do another necklace. And I'm pretty necklace heavy, but I have quite a bit of other stuff as well, so never fear. Okay, let's remove that price. And this is very interesting and unusual, and that always calls my name. Always. This starts at 23. Unusual always calls my name. It's vintage. It is a very vintage, actually. I believe it's from India or the Middle East. I'll show you the clasp, which is really going to help you. I'm changing the ring light. That's better. There you go. Okay. Which is really going to help you to see what I'm seeing. Okay. So in this, I always say this, the way it's constructed is with a rod, and then they just crimp the rod like a jump ring and hook it. All of this is done with a rod and crimped. So it looks as though this maybe, would have had a cross or something on it. These are definitely old. Oh, Lord, I'll remember the name of the nut from India in a minute. But it does not have that, and I don't know that it had to have had anything like that at the bottom, but you could easily take needle nose pliers, gently pull that forward and put something on the bottom if you wanted. Now, let me show you the rest. Thank you, Betsy, for helping me. Okay. Here is the nitty gritty. Oh, I didn't highlight my price. I'm sorry. You guys need to yell at me. See the clasp? This style clasp where you pull it over like that instead of having the poke up part where you grasp onto is a much older style of clasp. So that's one way I know that this is 50s. These are hand painted and fritzed, probably Italian beads. These yellow glass beads are very old, hand blown. They have lines, which is not showing. They have lines running around it. Then these little silver, hi Tracy, how are you, sweetheart? These silver pieces here, I mean, it's silver tone, but someone cut these by hand and turned it into a bead. I don't know if it was from metal, it's from metal, but I mean, something they had around, and that's not machine cut. That's hand cut work. And this is what I mean. See how everything, there's a rod, and then this one has a jump ring, and then this is a rod and a jump ring. And then now, what is the name? See, here's the beautiful. Okay, so there's a type of nut, and I should know this because I have the malas from India. Oh, good Lord. It's on all the prayer malas in India. If you're a Hindu or a Buddhist. Oh, Lord. Not sandalwood, something else. And I actually, this is not polymer. Oh my God. It's not clay. Polymer. Can't say it for some reason. It's not clay, but it is some type of it's very hard to tell. It feels kind of like plastic, but it's hand carved, and so it's confusing. Like I said, this is a very unique piece. Here's leaves and the carved flowers. It's not from a mold, and it's not modern. See the little silver filigree caps? It's a mystery, and I'm wondering now if these darker yellow beads glow. So I'm also wondering, and this is some type of a prayer. This is some type of a prayer necklace. And I'm now wondering, I want to look at the beads to see if they glow yellow. I'm also wondering if this was ever marked as like a 925 on the clasp. The clasp is so worn. This has been around a long time. This was someone's, like, what they wore all the time and counted their prayers on. Nope. So underneath the silver tone is a copper. So Asia, India, definitely. And let's see if the yellow beads glow, and then I'll show you the whole entire necklace and move on. Yes. Whoa. So here's the yellow, dark yellow beads. Look at that. Do you all see that? See that? That is not because it's purple hitting them. They light up brilliant lemon yellow the minute I do that. It is not showing that to you so well, though. Let's see if I do it in my hand. There you go. Do you see? So it's just yellow, and then it is, boom, like a yellow green. Yeah. It's so hard. I just put new batteries in this. It's always so hard to show glow, and I don't want to spend thousands of hours on that because, mainly what that does, if you're into black lights, then you can put objects under black lights, but otherwise all it does is date the object. So it has these hand done fritzed and painted beads, these very old with uranium yellow beads, maybe selenium, although it's not red, it's green. Hand cut silver, these floral carved beads, 2 right there, and then it goes down, and then 1 on the drop. And how long is it? Let's find out. Let's see if I can open this clasp. I need to go get, I did it, yay! I need to go get my nails done, so I was worried. So there you go. This one is about 20 inches, and look how it's really, if you like unusual, there you go. And I do. So, okay, moving on. Again, if you come in late, you can always go through real fast and let me know. Let me know what you're interested in. If you're interested in anything, I'm going to put it in the bag right quick. Nice yellow bag to match the yellow. And sometimes I really struggle with showing things on YouTube because I can't take a picture and I can't show you like the details in a way that I see it. That makes me like, whoa, this is so interesting. Okay. Let's do this one. Thank you for looking. Thank you for being here. Tracy, did you have a nice Labor Day weekend? A nice rest? Or a nice vacation? This is a starting bid of $38. This is 925. This is beautiful. I keep forgetting to highlight. This is Moonstone. This is vintage. This is 925. The chips, the beads that they cut have so much blue opalescent going on in them. See, that's the kind of thing that I always want to try to show you, and it just does not translate very well through the computer. It has this moonstone half piece, very large. Let me get it off of Betty. Thank you, Betty. And show you it is beautiful. The 925 is right there on the clasp, but trying to show you that when it's that little is pretty silly, but it's there. And I did not test it. There it is. It's just right there where my fingernail is. But I know it is. I bought this from a very reputable person. And so these 2 beads right here, and then these 2 beads on either side right there are crystal, just to give it a different pop. And let me see if we can, let me move this ring light. Let me see if we can get any of the blue shine in here. I can see it when so you can see the shine, right, like that. You can see how it kind of shines onto my hand. but it's not showing the blue. You know, moonstones have brilliant blue colors if you have really good moonstone. Let's move that again. And I can see it on my end, but I don't think you guys can see it at all. Let me try. This was my grandmother's purse. Well, I'm pretty sure you can see it in my preview. The blue, it just is stunning blues. Oh, that's so annoying. See, everywhere you can see all that shining, that's blues, but it's not showing, and I can't make it show. So, and then this is the back of the sterling silver pendant. So really nice. I would say this is probably like the 70s. Sits up nice and high. And it's a short one. What if I do like this? Does that show the blue? Boy, it still doesn't show the blue. It just shows you that something's going on. That's so weird. I'll never understand why. So everywhere that shine is blue in person. Just so you know. That's beyond annoying. And it's, oops, it's backwards. It's very light, and it's good quality moonstone. And it is about 14 inches, so it's not tight. It just drops right below your clavicle bone. Right here is my clavicle, and it's right below that. Yeah, it's just a really sweet little piece. Ooh, maybe you see some blue there. I don't know, but I'm going to give up and move on. 15 inches long, starting bid of $38. I did, exciting news. I possibly, fingers crossed, knock on wood, pray to the gods and goddesses and everything one can think of in that realm. If no one claims this, I possibly have a teeny tiny account of a local high-end place up here that will buy my vintage, semi-precious, and precious stones from me to put in their display case for their high-end clientele. So this would be something I'd offer them at $40, not $38. And then they could resell it, they could resell it for probably about $70. Okay. Thank you for looking. Again, I hope everyone's well. Nobody's talking to me. So one more necklace, and then we'll do a couple other different pieces of jewelry and some household. This is a buy it now necklace. I love this, but I've had it a little while, and it's time for it to go. I have many necklaces like this or in this style that are, I'm going to take this off so I can show you things easier, that both that I wear and that I have for sale. So, how much do I need? I don't. Any mother of pearl lovers out there? Abalone. Actually, this is abalone. It is copper. Oh, here's the people that might make the noise, and my dog will bark. This could be a problem. This is vintage. It says jewels. That is a older vintage brand. Here is the little rhinestone that they put on their copper extender, which is about 2 inches long. almost 3, probably 2.5. It's got the smaller kind of little, I call this like a lobster claw. And then, because I took it off of Betty, the one piece is just off-centered, but it doesn't matter. You'll get the idea. It's really long. I would say this is from the 70s, I believe. 70s. Jules is a collectible vintage company. It is bronzes and light mauves, 4 strands, bronzes, light mauve. It has these white. This is the white is some type of stone, like, I'm not really sure but it is stone. It is a stone. It's not abalone. This gold right here, I'm looking at it to see if it's it's like a faux pearl. I know this is too close and a little out of focus. I apologize. And then see how it's bronze and also mauve. And it goes on and along like that. It's very well done. I love the colors. I love that they left this multiple colors when they made it. It's a longer piece. It's a buy it now for 18. Y'all. Buy it now for 18. It's really nice. If I list this online, I would be listing it at about 30. And I'm starting to list online. It's just really good colors for the upcoming season. Okay. And I say that stuff, but I got to tell you, I wear whatever I want all year round. I don't pay attention to, oh, it's Christmas, I have to wear a Christmas brooch. Oh, it's, I just wear what I want to wear. So here it is, fully extended. And it's right at the top of my tatas. So that means this is probably about 26 and this is about 16. We go with these really cool cut plastic tortoiseshell earrings because I'm eclectic. Goes with this shirt really well as well. So it's a buy it now 18. You would put in, brown abalone. Copper abalone. Yep. Don't do recaps. And I really do. I encourage you to watch my previews because I just start pulling and, like for instance, right now, when I'm just putting in numbers over and over again and nobody's chatting or saying, ooh, that's pretty, or ooh, I have one like that, or ooh, I had a nice Labor Day, or oh, my Labor Day was terrible, whatever. I get really bored. And yeah, my energy just gets depleted after a while. And then I'm like, well, I don't know. I guess I'm going to end the sale. Now that I'm not like, you don't have to talk to me. It's just boring. Yeah. Bye, Kathy. Have a good one, Kathy. She's one person that actually sometimes talks with me. Bye, honey. Have a good one. Thank you for being here. Right on cue. Okay. Now, so I'm going to move away from the necklaces. I do have quite a bit more. So I'll show some household items, and then I have, a lot more. And I'm really afraid my dog is going to start barking because there's people he doesn't know, you know. So we'll see what happens. These are 1960s or earlier. And I know they were purchased by people who started collecting them in the 1960s. So they could be 1950s, as early as 1950s. Starting bid, and let's do a choice. I'm hoping that a person who was interested in this type of item is in the chat, although they have not said hello, because they were very interested, and I would love it if they were able to be here and see these. These are, there's cloisonne and then there's cloisonne. This is very low price for the quality of this cloisonne. There was a time in which I grabbed up several pieces of cloisonne. I think, a little bit right after COVID. And then I'm redoing what it is I collect and what I don't. And even though these are fabulous and I could keep them, I thought I'd bring them because someone asked about it. This is blue glass. Really finely detailed peony cloisonne vase. I mean, when I say there's cloisonne and there's cloisonne, I mean, this one has so much pieces, which makes it much harder to do, and it's a sign of being older. Let me spin it all the way around. You see how they let the blue come in at the bottom and on the top in the scallop pattern? And then it has that traditional, I call these clouds. That's all I can think of that they would be meaning to represent. And then here is, so there's the pink and purple. And then here on this side, it is green and white. Totally different flower, more like dogwood on a branch. So you can have it on either side. You can have this side showing, or this peony. And that's a peony, but down here on this side, that looks almost like a water lily to me. Yeah. So that's the first choice. And it's like 3 inches tall. Teeny tiny, but it has a lot of weight. Blue glass. Look at that. And this is brass or copper. Whichever it is, the metal. Some cloisonne, of course, was actual gold. I think this is copper. It's a fabulous one. So that's the first choice. The second choice is the same thing. Blue glass. Still has its little ceramic bell. This one is definitely brass, not copper. Here's the top. It has a pink flower on the handle of the bell. Has, again, what I call clouds, right? So that's a very interesting, I mean, that's a stylized flower of some type. I just can't quite figure that, but it is of some type. There's all the little clouds. Here's a tiny little like piece of a flower. It possibly is meant to be a butterfly because it does have like the wing shape. This again is like a little half closed peony, maybe a cherry blossom. It does have the blue, but in a different design around the top with the brass and the little pink. Then you flip it around to the front. Here's a huge peony with the same green color. So you can see these were made at the same time period. They have the same type of designs going on. Very detailed. Very beautiful work. These are older. So if these are just, say, from the 60s to now, that's 60 years old. Yeah. And these are good quality. And it rings. This one rings. And it is about 4 inches. So it's a little taller, I believe. No, it's not. So yes, it is. Just a touch, a smooch, just a smooch. So let's measure them. And again, you can look up even that blue glass. I'm fascinated by what is that? Just the blue glass. I don't know enough about cloisonne. I want to watch some videos about it. So the bell is 3.5 inches tall, and the vase is 3. Yeah. Okay. And they're both, about 2 inches around. So that was your choice, starting at 16. Again, I don't do recaps. And I brought these for a particular person who, collects cloisonne. So if they don't wind up getting claimed, they may go back into my collection just because they're older and more special in that way. So as long as we're on, and they were, I'm so sorry, a starting bid choice of 16. Yell at me if I don't highlight, y'all. Say, Lucinda, you're not highlighting. I don't know what the price was. Okay. This is a buy it now. It's a set of 5. Unfortunately, not 6. A set of 5. I love them. They go with the cloisonne style. They go with the whole MCM fascination with Asia. The World War II, and then we circled back for the Asia with MCM. Always had a fascination with it. Look at that. Ring lights all on it. I'll put it back in a second so we can see it better. There we go. The 2 ladies in their traditional clothes with a bicycle. Maybe they both have a bike. Nope. They have one bike between them, and then they have the flower plant and a basket. Here's their hair. And then it's a lacquer box. Black lacquer. And where is it? Isn't there? Oh, I guess it's inside. Okay, here's the back. I would date these from the 60s. They could be 50s, but I don't think so. That's just a piece of smuts. Buy it now, 15. And inside, here's where the finger part is. And there are 5, not 6. Really, I don't see... What is that? That's my finger. Sorry, there's some finger smudges. I don't see hardly anywhere. And it's the exact same picture. Lacquered. Really nice. Buy it now for 14. And there's 5 of them. 1, 2. I'll show you I can count. 1, 2, 3. 4. 5. I just think it's really sweet. And here's the inside of the lacquered box. Okay. Buy it now, 14. Okay. One more household item, and then I'll do some jewelry. Okay. This is incredible. This is incredible. I know, what is that? I know it's early to be thinking about Christmas. You could just think about this as ephemera. What I don't. It's actually there was 2 different sets of these found in an electrical supply attic. And my partner, who's an electrician, went in there and the guy showed him and said, my boss told me to just throw these out and I don't want to do that. Do you want them? And he was like, yes, please. So these, I showed him in my preview. They're fabulous. And I can't sell them for, I can't sell them for super cheap. I think this is cheap, the price that I'm asking, because of what they are. And fact of the matter is, for all I know, it's way too cheap. Starting bid of $18. They come in this box with the plastic lid, created by Paramount. And I think that's a big deal right there. I believe it's the movie theaters. $25 for $3. And it just has that clear lid thing that's falling apart. There is only 21 cards. I didn't count if there's 21 envelopes or not. I have a lot of really old vintage cards that I send out here and there. And I really, I can always find the envelopes. So I don't really worry about that as much. Look at this. Look at that. So it says Merry Christmas and Merry Christmas and a bright and happy New Year. Wishing you. So it's wishing you a very Merry Christmas and a bright and happy New Year. And then she has a top and a fragile. And this is raised glitter, raised silver glitter. And she is Harlequin. So it is early 60s, late 50s. Look at that. Oh my God. And $18 for 21. These are, I just can't do cheaper. Because I've been collecting ephemera and dealing in ephemera along with costume jewelry for a long time. And these are something really special with this Harlequin lady. And they are big. They're not small cards. Look at her. You remember the days of this look? And she's got her like Hong Kong 2 or 3 strand plastic choker on. They are, good grief. They're large cards. I just thought, how cool. You guys get ahead of the curve for Christmas. And there's 21 cards. So, you've got your Christmas cards done. 7 inches tall by 5 inches wide. There, and like I said, there is 21. And then here is the envelopes. I believe there's probably at least 21 envelopes. I just didn't bother counting them. The edges are a tiny bit yellowed because, again, these are 60 years old and they've been sitting in a box in an attic somewhere, which is, how people like me want to find things. We want to find things that have been, hidden away in some random little place and then no one cares about it. And it's like, ooh, I care. All right. So that was that. Okay. So is anyone here who has seen my first preview or my extended preview who's interested in a particular item? Please tell me. I do have this work going on today, and I am going into a fibro flare. I haven't had one in a while. Well, yeah, it's been about 2 weeks because it's summer and I do much better in the summer. So that's good. This is going to start at 24. Oh, excuse me. I just put a buy it now. Buy it now of 24. Buy it now of 24. There is no backs. They are not marked anywhere that I can see anymore, but I know that they're vermeil, very old. I would venture to say they could be Victorian. I do not have a Presidium, so if that was jade, it would be a very old, high quality jade, but I can't tell you that it is. I can tell you that at the very least, it's high quality. Sorry, I'm burping. High quality green glass, which also would have been done that long ago. It's really pretty. It is prong set. Do you see that? Prong set there. Now, jade would not be, I mean, I have another piece and I'll show you just for comparison real quick. So, like, I brought this today. This is a piece of jade, scarab carved. It's a fully enclosed on the back. So not all precious or semi-precious stones are open in the back. So that's why it's hard for me to know without having a $300 something Presidium. Here is, they are pierced now. So the fact that they're pierced takes away from them being in the Victorian age, because although they're definitely playing on that theme, because it was mostly if not all clip-on earrings, right? Not pierced so much. So then I'm just going to move it to the 50s or 60s, possibly the 70s. But look at this cutout work around the edge. There's a little ball on the bottom. There you go. They're really nice. They're really dainty. There you go. See that? And they've got gold and silver. There's the back. They got a lot of movement, and they're well made, and they're just really, there you go. They go with what I'm wearing. Teeny tiny, dainty, and very old, starting bid of 24. And yeah, they're not Victorian because they're pierced. I'm sorry. When I go into a flare, but that's a good shot. See that? If anyone knows if you think that's jade or glass, let me know. Because it really looks more like an older jade, like that really good quality green jade, not modern, not glass. So, yeah. Okay. So I tried that, y'all. I can only try so many things. This may be one of those pieces. I'm going to put it in a bag that I may send pictures over to the high-end, like kind of resort restaurant thing. They're going over there unless someone claims them in the next couple of days. You have a couple of days. Okay. These are also going to be a buy it now. These are going to be 8. Thank you for being here, whoever is here. Thank you. I appreciate you. These, I don't think they're sterling silver, so I'm not gonna like look around for marks, but I can tell. Let's see if I can do this. I can tell by the type of post back they are, that like kind of curved, really small post back, that they're like 1960s, 1970s. So they are older and they do fit. They are original. And they are these teeny tiny, lordy, if only it would hold still, teeny tiny silver ball, little cutout random like little spacer hematite. Little teeny tiny hematite earrings. They are just, again, it's one of these lightweight, throw it on and goes. And it's possible that it's sterling silver with the hematite. I just don't see a marking, and they're so small. And I got them in a lot. So, I am totally willing to pass these on to you at $8. And they're about the same length. You just claim it in the chat by putting in hematite. They're about the same length, which is, barely an inch, maybe half an inch, as what I think is older green jade vermeiled earrings. They're nice. They match my silver. Okay, y'all. I don't know. These are going to go over here. Unclear what to do about it. So, nobody's talking to me. Can I ask y'all? Are you more interested in household, jewelry, necklaces, bracelets, earrings, brooches? Talk to me, Seymour. I have, I'm just putting in numbers. Talk to me. What are you guys interested in? Hello. Don't be afraid. I don't bite. I promise. Okay, starting bid. You guys, I don't bite. 26 choice. It helps me if you tell me, what you might want to see. And also, I know I go to sales every day, sometimes 2 or 3, because this is my business and it's my passion. And, part of the enjoyment for me of watching a live sale is the surprise. I often don't even watch the preview because it's the surprise. It's like, what are they pulling up next? Whoa, where did they get that? Wow, what is this? Ooh, I've never seen that before. Whoa, what a good price, So I get it. But if you happen to think of something, tell me. Okay, so there's 2 of these. They are not on the chains so this is for instance, this is a modern designer. That little symbol, I always forget who the heck that is. Gigi, I just realized my buddy Gigi isn't here. It is a modern designer. I believe this is, if I remember correctly, that this beautiful, delicate chain is like electroplated with some gold, but you're talking like 10 karat or something. It's a beautiful, fine chain. The chain did not come with what's at the bottom. Okay, I just married these so that they had a chain. If you don't want the chains, either one of them, I'm happy to take it off. It is, where is it? This is always so much fun trying to find and show you. Back here on both of them is 925. This is the purple amethyst heart. It's very likely, this is just my feeling, that these are man-made, but they're absolutely stunning prong set. Really dainty, really delicate. Again, here is the back. See what I was talking about? How this is open to the light to get that sparkle and shine, whereas the jade is not. It just depends on the quality of the stones. Look at how pretty this is. And, it's tiny, but oh my Lord. So this is amethyst. You think of Christmas, our stores, our Amazon. If you go on Amazon, anyone here been on Amazon lately? You're looking up a item. Let's just pick sticky notes. At least a third of the page, out of stock, out of stock, out of stock. Any item you pick. Why? Because no one is shipping to us. We can't ship to other people. And so we're running out of items. And the forecast is that Christmas is going to be hit hard. So, I hate to say this, but start thinking about things like Christmas now. This is it's an inch long with the bail. Okay. And the chain, here's what it looks like. The chains are about 26 inches. But, if you don't want the chains, I will just sell you the pendants themselves. And I will keep the chains and repurpose them. I don't know why you wouldn't want the chains, but that's okay. The other one is this pink 925. And for the life of me, I think it's because I'm going into a fibro flare. I can't remember what the heck a pink semi-precious stone is. It's just like ridiculous. It's like, come on. There is a pink semi-precious stone out there, and I could look it up on my phone, but it's ridiculous. I can't remember. It's just silly. And I married this one on one of these incredible, I think they're called like key vintage chain from the 60s, late 50s. And I love this chain. This chain alone, I would be selling just the chain for $10 to $12. It is a thicker chain, and it doesn't necessarily go with this, but it doesn't not go with it either. And it is longer than the other one. This one is going to go down right about here, about 28, whereas the other one is about 26 up here. So pink or purple. And if anyone's interested, then they are sterling silver. So the pendants, they're vermeil. Or they gold filled, for crying out loud. Here I am saying this. I'm sorry, my fibro is kicking in. It screws with my thought process. And I'm saying 925, and then I'm thinking, but they're gold. So what am I talking about? So now I want to double check. Yeah. Okay. Because oh my Lord. No, 925. Yeah. So it just has that gold look. They're vermeil. Vermeil. I don't. And it is a semi-precious stone. Pink or purple. Oh. I'm so sorry. And that's a really nice price. Really pretty. beautiful for you, for your friends, gift for someone, going through something, someone you love. Yeah. After Friday, I am going to be spending a lot of time putting jewelry back away in all its places it goes in. Okay, so been on an hour and 20 minutes, and I've had a couple people say hi and a person say goodbye. But I'm getting right at that point where I'm going to be, having to stop the sale because I have to, because nobody seems interested. And that's okay. That's okay. But I want to talk with you, and I need to make some money. Oh, not $19. Good Lord, what is wrong with me? I'm sorry, I was about to try to charge you $19 for one of these. That would be wrong. Not that long ago, things like this were selling for a heck of a lot. These are beautiful vintage bubble. They're both red, but one is a deeper red. Bubble martini glasses. The bubbles are not Bolacante. They're not lined up. And this one has a lot. You see that? All swirled around, almost more like a slag or a marble. See all that? It's really fun. It is more like a paperweight in a lot of ways. And I had some of these for a long time. I think I still have one. And I put air plants in here. And they thrived. But there's two of them. It's $10 buy it now choice. And so you can definitely use them for two people for fancy drinks. Here is the bottom. Really nicely polished. There is a tiny piece of attack. And see, this lets you see how much is going on in there. Woo, look at that. There's a lot. I've never bothered to check if these glow. And I'll show you the other one. Never. I don't think they do. I'm going to do this back here away from y'all so I don't just confuse the heck out of everyone. No, I don't see it changing to any reds or anything. That's just the purple in there. But I want you to notice, see all the red on my hand? And there's nothing but the overhead ring light that I have up there. And look at all the red. So in the sunlight, the red is everywhere. So that's number one. And this is Bolacante. The bubbles are like perfectly aligned in this one. And does this one glow? No, I didn't think so. I think these are from the 60s and 70s. And this one is that Bolacante, like the little one flower bud vases where the bubbles align perfectly. I wouldn't be surprised. You can see the lines of the blown glass on top. I wouldn't be surprised if it's the same company somewhere over in Europe area. And this one, oh boy, that doesn't help. Let me hold them both up. See, this one is darker. And they are red. I don't know how. I hope it shows on YouTube better than here. This one looks brown. And this one does not look, it's a deep, deep red. So I hope it's showing up. And they're, see, they look brown to me. But then I often have that where I'm thinking that, and then when I watch on YouTube, the color is exactly right. So, they are 5 inches tall, and they are a little over 3.5 inches wide at the top. And the glass part where you would drink from, if that's what you're going to do, I would do it air plants. But, I would fill them up with seashells. I would put marbles. You could display marbles in these. I have a bunch of marbles. 3 inches. 3 inches deep where you would drink from. Okay. So I'm really striking out, you guys. I'm really striking out. I feel like I've brought low-end jewelry to higher-end, middle ground. Such a different variety of vintage, from kitsch to MCM to glass to cloisonne to 1960s Harlequin Christmas New Year cards. I don't know. Let's do one more little piece of household, and I'll do 2 more, maybe 3 jewelry items, and then that's gonna be all she wrote. I know it was just Labor Day weekend. Kids are back in school. Beginning of the month. I mean, when I went over to Costco a couple days ago, it was a day after Labor Day, and it was after work. It was right at the beginning of the month, and I live in a really small, the county is really large and spread out, but very low population. This is the only Costco in the whole county, and it was packed. I actually had to wait in line to get out the door. I've never had to do that, and I was like, oh, okay, got it. So this is a starting bid of $13, and I think that's a really good price. These are one of the ones that are more desirable. They are Wade Whimsies. And this is another item that a reseller friend of mine who I used to go to her channel all the time. Well, she's more of an acquaintance, but I mean, I was on her channel regularly for 2-3 years. Becky's Vintage Viking in Colorado had a whole bunch of these on like one of her 12 days of Christmas. And I bought quite a few. And then I decided, I don't really want to collect Wade Whimsies. I have a lot of miniatures, but they're not quite what I want. So this is Jack and Jill Fell Down the Hill. The sets like this and the nursery rhyme ones are the most collectible. These are definitely older, probably from like the 70s line. These are, not a newer repop. And you can see in the way they're constructed. She's got her pail. He's crying. Little Jack is crying. Look at his little shoes. She's got a nice dress. Her legs, they're actually done pretty well for being Wade Whimsies. Some Wade Whimsies are done really well, and some are, kind of thrown together. These were decent. Everyone knows Wade Whimsies, right? I used to, as a child, the Black Rose teas, I would open them and take these out all the time. I mean, we went through a lot of, like, once a month, a Black Rose tea. And I always got to keep the Wade Whimsies. Now, I don't have them anymore. That was a long, long time ago. So here they are. And obviously they're teeny tinies. But it's for the set. Starting bid, $13. Jack and Jill. Nobody. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I mean, I do know I have reseller friends who can buy at auctions and buy in huge lots that they bid on and then have them mailed to them. So they could get these thrown in a box for like a nickel, sell them to you for $1. I can't do that. I'm in California. We don't have any such thing. And this is what they're worth. So, okay. I will show one more household item before I show a couple jewelry. And then I'm done. This would be the time, as I'm saying that, for anyone who watched the preview or who wants to watch the preview, do the post, not the short. It's 4 minutes long. Skim through it and see if there's something that catches your eye. Or drop in the chat, I'm interested in this type of necklace, or I really want to know if you have a bracelet or a ring or whatever. Put it in the chat and I will try to help you. I will let you know if I have it or not. Nothing has been claimed. Nothing. That's a sad day for me. I'm batting 0. I am batting 0. Sometimes I do. I have regular people who reach out to me after the sales, but yeah, it's a tough world out there right now. So this is beautiful. I've had this for quite a while and I've never seen one like this. Ever. I never have I seen another reseller bring one like this. Never. And if someone else has one like this, let me know. I've never seen this and I love it. I've owned this now for 4 years. This is beautiful trinket box. This is just the lid. Capodimonte. It's got the rose here. This is the tiniest chip right there off of it. Otherwise, there's nothing else wrong. This is beautiful. Good Lord, why is the name of the flower going out of my brain? Oh no. Why can I not remember the name of this bunched up flower? Not hibiscus. Anyway, and then it has moss. This is moss, which is just the most beautiful detail. I've never seen that ever. I want to say hyacinth. I wanted something like that. This is not broken. This leaf, it's just tightly curled. I just wanted to check that because all of a sudden I noticed it and I'm like, is that broken? Well, it is a tiny bit rough. So there's a tiny little piece missing from just right here. I've never seen moss on this, and it's beautiful. Here it is, and I'll show you the bottom. It has that see words because I'm going in a fibro flare. When it's multicolored paint, there's a word for this. Oh my God. And it's glowy. Words. Does anyone know? Please put it in the chat for me. I know the name, but I can't think of it right now at all. So there's the lid. That's a piece of, Oh, nope, that's just a hole in the, that was the manufacturing. So there you go. It's a beautiful, I think it's meant to be like, look like a, what you would wear to the prom, a corsage. So there's the lid. Here's the inside. Is it porcelain? I think it's porcelain and not ceramic. It's lighter. And then you see what I mean about this it's green and pink. The Japanese did this all the time on items before the war and during occupied, and there's a dang name for it. And I can't remember it in this moment, and none of y'all are telling me. So, yeah, here's the bottom. No makers, but you hear that sound? It's porcelain, not ceramic. Just a trinket box. Really nice. I'm going with, 1960s. Definitely Italian. Probably had just a, what you call it? Paper sticker. Look at that. It's beautiful. It's absolutely stunning. It's absolutely stunning. I think a starting bid of 18 is really, really reasonable. Because it's unusual. Again, I like to find the unusual and the eclectic when it's household items. So with the rose petals, it is 3.5 inches tall altogether. And the dimensions of the trinket box altogether is 4 inches. 4 inches. Okay. Well, y'all, nobody's dropped in the chat anything they're interested in. I've given you some time. I'm going to show 2 pieces of jewelry. I'm going to bounce. I appreciate everyone who's shown up today. It's too bad that it's just me talking to myself with a bunch of numbers in the chat. That's boring as heck, but it is what it is, and I still appreciate you showing up. I wish I could stay on longer and, go through all these items again, or that someone had come in and said and gone back through and said, hey, you know what? Could I see such and such again? That would be cool. I would enjoy that. Okay, I'm going to do a couple rings. Oh, no. Oh, thank God it didn't click through. I started it at $2. The 8 didn't type in, and I was like, I'm gonna retract. Incredible vintage glass watermelon tourmaline ring. This is so pretty. If this fit the right finger on me, there's no way I would ever sell it. I would be wearing it every day. It's incredible. Look at this glass. Look at the cut. Oh my God. And then it has like the cutout. Is it cut out or just blackened? No, it's just cut out floral. Then this around. Then this third one with the watermelon glass. I mean, it has so much height. And the color, this is to die for. This is like, And this is very vintage. It's very deep, deep watermelon glass, like just shiny all over the place, as opposed to some newer that, and it is marked inside, and I can give you a size. Hold on. This, if nobody wants this, I'm just gonna give up. I just am like, what am I doing wrong? It is marked. I think I'm upside down. Hold on. I think I know what it is because I've had it for just a little bit. Oh, good Lord. Please don't be so difficult. Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. I really want to tell you what it says in here. This loop does not want to cooperate with me. Oh my God, I can't believe it. I don't think it's Sarah Coventry. It's something else. And it doesn't. Good grief. I hate this. It's such a waste of airtime for y'all and me. Hold on. Oh my gosh. I mean, not only does it have let me try my magnifying glass. Not only does it have the maker's name, let me try my loop. The maker's name, yeah, see, I lost all these people in trying to figure that out, and I don't blame you. I've had this for about 8 months, and I haven't brought it for a while, so I knew it was someone, but it's been so long since I looked it up. And it's important to me that I think it might be Sarah Cove. But, God, this is so annoying. I'm getting somewhere. What? It doesn't seem to matter what device I bring at it. I can't tell you what the hell it says. This is beyond annoying. Oh, man. Why is this so difficult? You guys, why is this so difficult? It should not be so difficult. It's because it's tucked in behind. Okay. I can't. It's because I want to show you what I'm working with here. There is a whole huge written out thing here. And because this is so large compared to the band, I can't angle it to see. There it is. I can't angle it to make it out. Really frustrating, because this I never seen. I remember trying to look this up to find it, if other people had it for sale back then, and I couldn't find anyone that had this. And I think it even might say 925. Yeah. And listen, I can't, it's impossible to find. I mean, to read. I just, every device, I need to spend 20 minutes of my own time doing it. But so in the meantime, look at the crimped over edge on this glass. It comes to a point. It is beautiful. It is small. See, and that's the other thing. It's like even rounded back here, and the band is so small, and all of this is in the way. It's not like I can stick my loop. I have 2 loops and a magnifying glass, and I can't get them in there. So what I need to do on my own time is revisit this, because it's been a long time since I've taken it out of my jewelry stuff, and take a photo and blow it up. Maybe I can try that now. It's really disheartening. The only thing I can really think of is Sarah Coventry, because they did some watermelon glass in like the 1960s. Yeah, see, even that, my camera doesn't want to focus on the writing. Yeah, no, I give up. That's not happening. So let me tell you what size it is. It's no matter who made it, no matter what it is, it's gorgeous. The problem I've had with selling this is not how stunning it is, but that it's a small size. It is a size 5. Maybe because of where the band is, a 5 1/4, but it's tiny. I haven't been able to wear a ring size 5 1/4 since I was a teenager. It's everything though. Starts at 28. Can take a screenshot, y'all, and look it up. And then you'll know, because that's what I'm going to do with it once I'm done. I'm not going to try to get to the stuff I can't read. I'm going to take a screenshot and figure it out. This is a rare. I can tell you that. I remember that. This is rare. I think the tip and the point of the glass would break a lot. It's rare, and it's very collectible. That much I remember. And I know that I'm charging a reasonable, probably about 2/3 of what they go for. But it is small, 5 1/4. Okay. Thank you for looking. Thank you for bearing with me as I, struggled mightily to figure that out. I have a whole bunch. I have a whole nother, helper over there, Marlena, with 3 necklaces, all different types, from inexpensive to a couple nicer pieces. I have loads of brooches, some really cool earrings, but I've been putting in numbers and nobody's chatting and nobody's interested, and I'm bored. I'm done. Look at these incredible plastic 1960s style earrings. I believe these are from the 60s, and they're put on new wires. I think they might have originally been some type of post earrings. Look at them. Are they not cool as heck? Two-toned. Yeah. Like a bronzy orange yellow. Really cool. Yeah. So there's more stuff like that I could have brought today. But, thank you for the engagement. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. Because more than half of the jewelry that I put together today, I didn't bring. I will be bringing all of that, plus some much higher end, really desirable costume jewelry. But no household. Tomorrow at 4:00 Pacific, 7 Eastern time. And yeah, if you scroll back through and you see something, there's my email. You can always get in touch with me. I didn't bring like this vintage ring on the top. This I showed last week. I have a lot, but it just doesn't seem to be the day. And the person who was interested in cloisonne didn't come. So maybe she'll see this, or maybe she'll show up and ask me about it tomorrow. Love you all. Have a wonderful Thursday evening. Peace, joy, and vintage and happiness to all of you. You could give me a thumbs up, and I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers. I was at 392 and now I'm at 391. YouTube does a lot of games, but thank you for looking. I appreciate you. Kathy, have a fantastic evening. I hope you get some of your projects done soon. Bye.